Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Today we are thinking about checking out the Woman King, giving it digging a bit into it. We're gonna check out the trailer. I know a lot of ladies have watched it, psyched them up, wanted to pick up a machete or something like that and go and try and end some toxic masculinity. So let's check out the trailer and then we'll talk about it later.
Woman King.
Here we go.
An evil is coming that threatens our kingdom, our freedom. But we have a weapon. They are not prepared for.
My king, the Europeans wish to conquer us. They will not stop until the whole of Africa is theirs. We must fight back for our people.
Haneska, you are asking me to take them to war.
Some things are worth fighting for.
Don't know, take my power. Don't know, take my power.
You are called to join the king's guard.
Some things are worth fighting for, like slavery.
We'll get to it.
Don't know, take my power.
No kingdom in all of Africa shares this privilege.
How they know?
Because they are white women from America.
No. How they know?
That's what I'm saying.
No other kingdom in Africa
They did.
is fighting. Is incorporating women into the military to fight. How do they know?
Because they are Americans.
Have they gone through?
No, and they didn't.
Have
give
they
a
gone
shit.
through all of Africa?
They didn't even give a shit about the history about the Dahome. Do you know?
We haven't even gone to the core issue yet,
it's-
but we're just hearing a lot of rubbish.
Let's just finish it. And then
Fight
we'll-
harder. We fear no one. And we fear no pain. I offer you a choice. Fight or we die.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Ready for war, where you
To be a warrior, you must kill your tears.
We are the spear of victory! We are the blade of freedom! We are Dahome!
Don't know, take my power.
Let's just leave that right there. Let's before we start, we have to remove some things from our conversation. Things like physics, things like biology.
Yeah, forget all that.
We have to forget all that just to go through this.
Forget
to the end.
courage and
Forget
courage,
history,
yeah,
forget historical facts. And by there, I wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
it was directed by a woman. They got so much backlash
Uh-huh.
because they had said based on true events.
Mm.
So when they had said that in the bio of the movie, there was so much backlash, especially from historians and Africans, because everybody knows the Dahome and who they were doing.
That's what we're going to get into.
So they changed it to a fiction. Changed it to fiction.
Yeah.
But they didn't change anything else. They didn't even want to change the storytelling of it or nothing like that. And they hung on the cracks of all of you are talking because you don't like to see black women leading in movies, which is a straw man argument. That makes no sense. From what you've watched, Vic, what do you think?
I think there's nothing to say except let's go to the core arguments of this film.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So guys, let's check this out. The film pretends to be a historically based,
Accurate.
accurate
Yeah.
piece of
Or filmmaking.
Or filmmaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to this. This is an article by Face to Face Africa. 2019, mind you. A lot of people already knew this.
Yeah.
Right?
This was even before the movie came out.
This was three years before the movie, but Hollywood doesn't know shit. So I look at Dahome's gory history of human sacrifices on a large scale. Okay, so Dahome was known as the Slave Coast, where human sacrifices were done on a large scale, contrary to early write-ups by Europeans in the 1700s about this great kingdom that referred to 1 or 2 killings of people.
That's now the real Dahome.
Yeah.
It goes more than that.
Yeah, it goes more than that.
We have more articles we have to go through. I think that gives you like an overview of who they were as a people.
General
some of the customs they believed in.
It's true.
And I can play devil's advocate. Okay, we had other peoples, let's say in the Amazonian forest, who did the same thing.
Yeah.
So as a custom, that's fine. All right.
As in we don't.
No, that was a different time. We cannot.
But those were their customs.
Yeah, those were their customs. That's fine. The question now comes in. All right. If we took the same analogy and we used it for these other tribes, like I know you've watched Apocalypto, right? You saw when he was caught. I'm sure a lot of you have watched Apocalypto.
Yeah.
That tribe of people who used to sacrifice other people
to the sun god.
They were used as the antagonists. They were the antagonists that these peaceful, loving people were
had been invaded. Their people had been killed.
Yes, and that's why a lot of people love that movie. This was one man who just wanted peace, trying to go back to his wife and children from this war-loving, butcherous people. And we could even see, okay, what these guys are doing is wrong.
Yeah.
We are siding with this.
Yeah, we're siding with this guy, underdog.
But now when we come to this movie, and the biggest problem I had with this is because we can never see a movie like this from the other point of view. We have never seen a movie where the slavers, let's use the white slavers who used to come to Africa to pick up. Have you ever seen a movie glorifying them because maybe one of the slavers was a white woman? And her entire crew are women.
Nope.
Fighting against patriarchy.
Nope.
Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Would it be allowed in today, in this day today? Would it be allowed?
Nope.
So why is this allowed then? Goes against all. Read that.
Because this is this is woke agenda pushing.
Yes.
Now, the movie talked about this caste of warriors, the King's Guard. Essentially, this is just Wakanda in the Stone Age. That's what it is. So the Dollar Malaj see the threat of white people coming, and they have to fight for freedom, right? The white people are the bad ones, right? All right. So this is a publication of the New York Times back in March 2nd, 1861. All right, and it's titled "The Massacres at Dahome." Check this out, guys. All right. The Royal Mail steamship Ethiopia with the mails from the west coast of Africa arrived at Liverpool February 11th in the UK. The guy says, another of those horrible massacres which are a disgrace to humanity, catch that, has taken place at Dahome. The West African Herald publishes statements from eyewitnesses of the barbaric custom just perpetrated at Dahome. From this fearful narrative we learn that the recent grand custom of Dahome, King of Dahome, was one of the most revolting which has ever taken place. Several persons agree in stating that the number of persons slain on the occasion was estimated at 2,000, but another correspondent gives the number at 7,000. He says that he was present by compulsion, that the blood swept past him like a flood in a large reservoir.
Jesus.
Another gentleman, referring to these inhuman butchery, says, I assure you it made me quite sick, and at the same time I felt stunned. The poor wretches met death with perfect indifference. The Herald, which gave government notice through its columns many months since of the intention of the King of Dahome to hold an unusual grand custom in remembrance of the death of the late king, concludes the recital of these butcheries by stating that Consul Foot has come out with full powers to treat with the King of Dahome as to the abolition of these human sacrifices. A correspondent who is well acquainted with Dahome says the best way to treat with the king is to squelch him.
Take him out.
Deal fairly with the natives and let the custom die out.
Do you know the one thing I've realized, especially about how Americans view slavery, especially in Africa? There's one misconception, and I think we have to talk about it, especially as Africa.
Yeah.
Even before white people came to Africa, we were selling each other.
Yep. This was done.
Slavery was not started by white people.
By a group of a nation in Africa whose entire economy was based on slavery.
The Dahome used to attack every neighboring kingdom.
Yeah.
They would take all their people, use them for slavery, sell them, use them for their custom, just kill them. And the problem, the reason we are showing you these articles is because, and I know a lot of you don't like to hear this, Africans did not stop slavery.
In fact,
most African kingdoms wanted to continue slavery, but it took for American and British. The American and the British were the one who came in and they were like, yo, we
were the ones who were telling them to stop this.
Because even the Arabs were, hey, we've been doing this for thousands of years, bro.
The Arabs were were taking slaves all over Middle East and Europe.
And but
they operated mostly on the East Coast.
Yeah, let me ask you, how do you think these slaves came from the interior of Africa to this coast? How do you think they got there?
Other nations in the Central Africa drove them to the west, selling them over.
It was war.
Yeah,
there was a lot of kingdoms that were at war with each other.
Our people,
and if
were
one
brutal.
Kingdom was destroyed, all your people, all your men and women became slaves, and your children.
Our people were brutal. And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. The Americans and the French reached a point where they decided they're not going to deal with slaves anymore. The Dahome, after hearing that the main customers don't want anything to do with that, they sold them to the Portuguese, which is why the slave trade in Brazil ended later than in any other place in the Americas.
Okay, let's talk about it.
And even then, the Portuguese had to bow to pressure and stop that.
Let's talk about it from an entertainment standpoint. Okay, it looks good. I'm sure there are a lot of women who would enjoy watching it.
A friend of mine told me that she watched it and she
was empowered.
She was.
That's okay. Yeah.
She even went on her status was like seeing white men who are enslaving us being killed is a good feeling. That's what they're saying.
That makes no sense. But the biggest problem I have with movies like this is that, and I've also seen it in Black Panther 2. There's this push to show that African men are weak and they need to be protected by black women. And I think that is one of the biggest blow we are hitting our society with, and I think it does us a huge disservice because no other community does that. Look at all the other communities, all the entertainment. It is either the man and the woman fighting together, or they usually show the hierarchy as it's supposed to be. The man is out here fighting while the woman is the brains, and they use each other to achieve a certain goal. It is only Africans who say shit like the woman doesn't even need the black man. She's cool by herself, and that's what they were doing here. Like that place where they were pushing a spear, the spear here, and the guy, you can see he has pectoral muscles, huge pectoral muscles. And women don't usually have pectoral muscles.
No, they have them, but they're not.
They're very small because of their And if we imagine pushing a spear with a woman, who would be the first one to give up?
It's the lady.
But what they're saying is the man cannot take the pain.
Yeah, he's the one who had to pull out first.
Yeah, because the woman is stronger than him. And then you see like a 5'3" woman jumping on the back of this guy who looks like he's 6'4", and she's throwing him on the ground. That's why a lot of men don't watch it. They make no sense.
Yeah.
So from an entertainment standpoint, for me, it makes no sense. It wasn't made for me, so I don't think I can enjoy it.
From everyone in Africa and around the world, consider carefully what you watch that's coming out of Hollywood. This is not the Hollywood.
A lot of what is coming out now is propaganda.
Yeah. Propaganda. They are pushing messages that are contrary to what we believe in, contrary to conservative values, contrary to essentially anything that is good.
I actually heard
they want to change evil for good, and what is good they turn evil.
I had a certain R&B artist. He was on a podcast. He was talking about how it is okay for someone like Sam Smith to write. There's a song Sam Smith wrote, a love song, and it hit. It climbed the charts. It was amazing. Everybody was listening to it, and he was saying if he made a song about celebrating black love, him staying with his wife, loving her, it's right here.
It will not hit.
It doesn't get any airwaves, but the moment he makes a song about leaving his wife, calling her a bitch, having like 10 bitches, it's right here. The same thing goes for violence.
Yeah.
The moment a man talks about how he wants to be in his family's life, a black man like you, how he wants to be there, grow with them together, it's right here. The moment he talks about killing his brothers or in the rap songs, it's what? So be very careful.
Yeah.
They usually use this, they need to get into our heads.
All types of entertainment medium and art.
Be very careful.
Be very careful.
Yeah, it plays a very big role, and that's why some of us who grew up in the 90s, we grew up with movies like Rambo, we grew up with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they impacted our understanding of patriotism, our understanding of going the extra mile, our understanding of trying to take care of your body, being masculine. It plays a very big part in how you view yourself and your country. Yeah. So it's very important to do that.
Anyway.
As from us, peace out, on to the next one.